Welcome to the Lakeshore Center. We're here to celebrate 10 years of operation with the Smartzone in the Houghton-Hancock area. And as you can see, I'm surrounded by a number of distinguished guests that are helping us to celebrate. So with that, I am going to introduce our first commentator, and that is Senator Debbie Stabenow, who's joining us from Washington or thereabouts. So Debbie.
Hi. Well, good afternoon, and what a wonderful afternoon. It is a pure Michigan afternoon. The sun is out, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and it's wonderful to see everybody here today. And of course, when I see Glenn with, I think, everything that's being done at Michigan Tech and partnering with everything that's being done here, and Marilyn, all that you're doing, it's a very exciting time to celebrate 10 years. And I have to start out by saying I just came back from a trip overseas, actually to Brazil, where I know that the Lieutenant Governor has been, and others, meeting with the Michigan-Brazil Center and looking at opportunities to open up export opportunities for us in agriculture. You know, I chair the Agriculture Committee, and meeting with businesses that are Michigan-based businesses overseas. And we were in the middle of a meeting talking about a program that they have in Brazil called Science Without Borders, where they are reaching out to key universities to place Brazilian students. And I'm sitting in this meeting, and they said Michigan Tech. And I said, all right, I am down in South America, and they're talking about Michigan Tech. Glenn, that was absolutely terrific. And they are sending students here. And I said they're paying top tuition, so you should be very happy. So I knew that would put a smile on Glenn's face. But it really is wonderful to be here. And, you know, we are right in the middle of hardworking copper country, where everybody knows how to work, everybody knows the importance of work and creativity, and right in the middle of a hotbed of education and innovation. And so it's very exciting for me to have the opportunity to be here as part of this 10th anniversary for the Smartzone. I know that you've helped 13 companies and over 300 jobs, which are absolutely critical to the community. I've had the opportunity to be both at the building where you started, and then to come here where you are now, and pleased that an economic development grant was able to help support your effort to be able to move. And I've been able to follow and work with so many of the companies that have been doing great things. And so thank you for your coaching of new businesses and the incubator space and peer advising and the networking events and so on, because I know it's made a real difference. And I just want to brag about two companies, and it's always dangerous to pick out two because there are lots of companies I could be bragging about. But I have to say that GS Engineering and what GS Engineering has been able to do over the years, first starting out as a part of the Smartzone, and then now moving to their own offices in Houghton. And I love having the opportunity to come and visit and see how things have gone from 3 employees working at home to now nearly 70 full-time employees who are helping in the critical areas of commercial and military vehicle engineering, solving problems. And in May, as you know, they were awarded the SBIR prestigious, and that's the Small Business Innovation Research Grants, which we're pleased that they've been able to receive those innovation research grants, to be able to be one of the companies going to the White House to receive the prestigious Tibbetts Award for being innovative and being named one of the innovative and outstanding high-tech small businesses, and started right here with the Smartzone and with the wonderful partnering that has gone on here. And I also want to give a shout out to QTech and Chassel, where I just was a few minutes ago. This past June, QTech, which makes a product solution that reduces bacterial growth on plastics and coatings, was awarded with the New Business Idea Award at the statewide business plan competition at my alma mater, Michigan State University. So there, you're helping to set the pace for innovative research, technology development, and jobs in our state. And it's a pleasure to once again have the opportunity to be here and to celebrate with each of you. Congratulations.
So people who know me know I came from Chassell, and people who know the area know that we would not be anything without Michigan Tech. Michigan Tech keeps the vibrant energy in terms of ideas and talent in this community. And with that, I would like to introduce to you the president of Michigan Technological University, Glenn Rawls.
Thank you. And thanks to the cities, thanks to Scotty and Glenn especially, and also to Keita, Phil's here with us, and one of my colleagues that couldn't be here today, Dave Reed, Vice President for Research, who had a key role in getting this whole thing going and keeping it going, because they had the foresight to grab the bull by the horns and make it work. So that today we can say we created 350 jobs. There were 4 million in building grants spinning off to other sectors of the local economy. There's 3 million in program grants and $500,000 in client funding. And we now occupy 4 sites with the Smartzone. If you put that in a community 4 times as large as ours, that would be a big impact. But when you take a look and see what happened in the last census, Houghton County was one of the few counties, one of 3 counties in Michigan that showed an increase in population. So there's got to be an effect there. Adding to the startups in the Fortune 500 strategy of the Smartzone, we've done a number of things to bridge the valley of death with the Entrepreneurial Support Corporation and Superior Innovations, and those things are going well. Started 4 companies since the first of the year. Those are all by faculty members. They're all high tech, and one of them even has an employee at this point, so that's pretty good. But the cool thing about this is these all add to the entrepreneurial ecosystem that is so necessary, oh so necessary, in order to really make people think about opening a business here and knowing that they're going to get the support and the work. It's a great story. It's a good to great story. It's one step in front of the other. Or to say, as our governor often does, that it's relentless positive action. What does this mean to Michigan Tech? What it means to Michigan Tech is it reinforces our strategic plan. Our strategic plan is to get the best people we can, to have distinctive programs where we can do best what we do best, and also to support research, creativity, scholarship, entrepreneurship, and development, so that in turn we can get the best people and do the things we do best. I think you get the idea. So happy birthday, Smartzone. It's a great day, and I'm going to give it back to Marilyn.
So Glenn mentioned a number of things that we have been able to impact the community with: jobs, buildings that are pretty visible. But one of the things that we talk about having influence in this community is political goodwill. So with that, I am going to introduce Michigan State Senator for the 38th District, Tom Casperson.
Thank you, Marilyn. And real quick, I have to tell you one quick story that I have a similar story to Senator Stabenow, in that when I took a trip a while back to the Middle East, we went over to Qatar and Dubai, and it was more of an educational trip. But anytime we talked about engineering, ironically, most of the people over there that were educated in the engineering field came from Michigan Tech. And I have to agree that I was very proud of that, knowing that I came from that area and that Michigan Tech has had an impact around the world with its educational experience. So thank you, Glenn and Michigan Tech, for that. And just an honor to be here, that I could be here and be a part of this great experience. And really, Pure Michigan was mentioned. This is some of those things that makes Michigan great. And it's fun to watch this unfold. And I see Michigan coming back and coming back strong. So again, welcome to the 38th Senate District. And I also have to tell people I look around me, Senator Stabenow, and all the people I'm standing with here, that I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night, so you can understand why I'm here. So thank you.
Next, I want to introduce the next level of political goodwill. Scott DeAnda has been a true friend of ours. Every couple months or so, he comes to tour and see what is new in our area, and he always asks us for what kinds of help he can give. So with that, I'm going to introduce Michigan State Representative for the 110th District, Scott DeAnda.
Well, thank you, everyone. Welcome to Houghton County and welcome to Michigan Tech Smartzone. Happy birthday, and our hats off to Marilyn and Glenn. I thank you personally for your dedication to what we need here, and that is the future. And by working together to bring new business to our area, we're going to succeed. And one thing that I have such a pleasure in being able to go around the district and talk to the younger people who are getting educated and that want to stay here, no matter where they're from. They want to be able to reside with us and do a business and enjoy what we have here. So thank you again to all involved and the wonderful work that the governor's been doing for our district. We really appreciate that, sir. So I thank you very kindly. And I thank everyone here for their commitment to making it happen. So thank you. Have a good afternoon. We enjoy this very much.
So I remember when Governor Snyder first started his campaign for governor, and he advertised himself as the nerd for governor. He didn't say what party he was in, but I thought, man, he's going to win Houghton County. We had a lot of events here this summer. We had the FinFest was here. In July, we had our board meeting. We brought people in from all over the country for our Smartzone board. But today was really a self-imposed type of deadline. And the reason is that Governor Snyder spends a week every summer. And with his coming to Houghton, we wanted to make sure that we were able to celebrate some of the things that we were doing while he was here. And so it is with my distinct pleasure that I introduce the Honorable Rick Snyder, the governor of the great state of Michigan.
Well, thanks for that great introduction too, Marilyn. That's great, outstanding. I thought I'd share a story with you long before I became governor to sort of put things in perspective. And this goes back to the late 1990s. Michigan was booming at the time. Michigan was doing extremely well. But there were a few people that voiced concern about Michigan's future. The concern was we weren't innovating enough. We weren't being entrepreneurial enough during the boom times. That we had a path where we could get in difficult times. And to be blunt, I was one of those people. And I was loud about it. I was so loud, in fact, I ended up being appointed chair of the MTEC. And that's really how I got that position. And one of the things we came up with to start building the seeds for Michigan's future were smart zones. That idea originated with a group of people that were part of the leadership of the MEDC, and it got implemented. So that's why, personally, it's really exciting to be here today, to see an idea that I can say I had some part of helping create, to see it be a living thing. And not just a living thing, that it's got 10 years of life that's made a tremendous difference in Michiganders' lives. Because the real thing is I'm not trying to get credit for coming up with the idea. The credit really belongs with the people that executed the idea, that made it come to life. And you should be so proud. Marilyn, you've done fabulous work. Glenn, the university, it wouldn't be here without the university being here. And all the community members. Because the issue that I looked at back then is to say we needed to create places of innovation, of creativity, and create those centers of critical mass. Because starting a company and being successful in a company is one of the hardest things you can ever do in your life. I've always told people, you're not fully sane to go start a company. It's a true fact. Because I've started companies, and I've had people question my sanity, and you know that. But you got to go forward if you believe in an idea. But it's not just about one person having an idea. It's bringing those combination of resources together in one place where you can make that happen. And that's what smart zones can really do, is be that concentration place where you have to take an idea of innovation or research or technology in some fashion. You have to marry it with capital. You have to marry it with talented people. You have to marry it with infrastructure. And then you have to have a culture that's about doing the unachievable. Because again, that's why you're viewed as crazy when you start a company, is because people didn't think it could be done. If they thought it could be done, it would already have happened. So it's really bringing that concentration of ideas together in that difficult formula of bringing those 5 factors together in the right mix. And I want to give you tremendous credit because, again, the idea wasn't the key. It's that chemistry of putting those 5 factors together the right way. And I believe you have an even more exciting future ahead of you. And the reason I say that is too often people view innovation and entrepreneurship in large urban areas. Silicon Valley, New York City, places like that. But technology is actually a tool that's only going to make it better and easier to do the wonderful work in a higher quality of life place like Houghton and Hancock in this county and in the Upper Peninsula. Because what you can do with teleconferencing, what you can do with new tools and research with the internet, there's no reason you can't say, I want to live in this place. I want to live here because of the quality of life. And I can have impact around the globe with outstanding products that can make the world better. So that's why you have such a bright future. So it's to congratulate you on something that I was proud to be in the formative stages of, to say congratulations for 10 years, but also say, don't spend too much time looking back. Have some cake, celebrate, but stay on the gas and go even harder and aim for the future, because the future is only going to be brighter. Now, as part of that, I actually have something to leave with you, Marilyn. I want to give you a proclamation, a birthday proclamation for your 10 years. But again, I hope we can come back and say there's got to be a 20 and 30-year one. Someone else will come deliver because I'll be long gone by then. But it's nice to say thank you for your hard work and thanks for the great contribution of this community to all the state of Michigan.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I wish I had gotten you a gift now. We're kind of at a hard stop, but there are a couple people that I want to thank and recognize. This is not that kind of party, okay? There are a couple people that I do want to recognize. The mayor of Hancock and the mayor of Houghton are here, and we want to thank the community collaboration for just the support we've had. We have an LDFA board, which is how we get our funding from the state, and some of those people are standing around. Just wave your hand, and we want to thank you for being here. That's a volunteer board, so we really appreciate it, and they've been together for a long time. And I want to thank the Smartzone board as well, if you raise your hand. And most of the executive committee has been on the board for the 10 years we've been around, so we have a lot of continuity. Lastly, I want to recognize in the front row, we have some people from Marquette who are here to determine whether a Smartzone is a good idea for job growth, etc., in their community. So as I invite you to have cake and coffee, and then we'll go someplace else later, I please pay attention and mingle with these guys, and just tell them your experience of what's been happening in Houghton and Hancock. With that, we're ready to party. Thank you very much.